Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome back to Everspace. So we're here in Sector 2, right where we left off in the previous episode. And we're going to try and make our way through as many sectors as we actually can. Seems to be very quiet in this sector though. Sometimes you jump into these areas and immediately you come under attack. Do love these ice asteroids, I've said it many times before. Rather stunning looking. It's actually a shame you can't mine all of these or shoot chunks off of them. That'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it? So let's go and check out what's going on over here. We've got a few outlaws heading after the GMB fighter. And the GMB fighter's nearly dead, unfortunately. So highly unlikely we're going to be able to save him, but we can give it a shot, can't we? Just one down. Right, the tables are turned on you, friend, haven't they? Was that him or was that the GMB fighter? No, the GMB fighter actually made it out of there. So, fortunately for them, I guess. I don't want the drone override though. So a lot of modules do drop. You've noticed that probably in the previous episode. But I tend not to take too many of them. I don't find them all that useful. I tend to stick to the same old things really. Bit boring, I guess. The drone assembler though is something new and I haven't used that before, and I found it to be rather nice. Instantly kills the drones. Kind of surprised that there's not much around here though. It seems to be very, very quiet. Well, a bit of plasma. Better than nothing, I guess. You know what? I'm tempted to just leave this zone and head straight towards the next one. Now, invariably, this isn't the best thing to do if you keep exploring. I was going to take that fuel end, but I'm already full. Yeah, invariably, it's not the best thing to leave a zone early. It's usually a good idea to explore as much as you can, because generally you will find quite a few good things out there, but well, yeah. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's a shame, because back here there was the other character to talk to, and thinking about it now, I did notice the little icon with the star above it. That would have been this person. I may have had a mission to hand into them, and if not, they would have given me something else. So do we want to talk to the alien, or do we want to talk to the lady? I can't remember her name. I go here and talk to the alien. A little bit annoyed I actually didn't notice in time that I could have.
You read me? Loud and clear, Alec. Okay, here's the plan. There are 3 transporters, each carrying 2 sealed resource containers. Set the containers free by destroying the cargo units.
Yeah, I know how it works.
Good. I also propose destroying the jump drives first so they can't escape. I will pay 1,000 credits for each container I can recover. Don't mess this up.
Since I'm here and you're not, you better let me do my thing. Or are you joining me?
Touché. I just wanted to give you some tips. Call me when you finish the job.
You have become a complete lackey. Raiding G&B convoys now. Disgraceful. The little respect I have had for you is evaporating.
1,000 creds a container hive. Come on.
Well, the thing is, I'm not going to go and raid GMB containers, so I guess that guy is completely out of luck. Thing is, if you make them hostile, they would be hostile to you towards the rest of the sector, I believe, or at least for the next zone. And I've got no intention whatsoever of doing that, even though he's offering a couple of 1,000 credits. So, yeah, like I say, he's out of luck. Bit silly really that the character you play doesn't give you the option there. His dialogue kind of confirms that you're going to go and do it and you haven't got a choice in the matter, but quite obviously you have got a choice. Then again, I think Alec is going to keep waiting on me. Even when I die, that's going to be an active mission now, so if I want to progress through there and get different missions from him, sooner or later I'm probably going to have to do it. Let's see if it comes back up as an active mission again the next time I actually do a run through of the game. And let's have a look here. Missions. It's not showing up here as a mission, I don't know why. Okay, well, there we go. A lovely green looking planet over there. Looks greener than Earth by far, doesn't it? So another empty zone. What's going on here today? Don't mind the zones being empty as long as I can pick up a bit of fuel. Then I can keep moving forward without having to worry about running out or getting stranded. No fuel rights in this game. I noticed someone pointed out in the previous video in the comments section that there's no pilot down here. You can see the footrests down at the bottom and there's no feet on them. And you'll notice if we were to look around, I can't remember the look around command. There's a free cam in here, but I hate look. I don't know if you can use it inside, but you notice that there's no pilot sitting in the cockpit.
Okay, this is the first one. Here goes nothing.
I'm not doing it, we're leaving. Yeah, I was kind of expecting the pilot to be placed in the game once the game actually released. Once it was in early access, it didn't seem too much of a problem with it actually being missing. But yeah, it's a bit of an obvious thing now. Right, we've got a comms hub, but it's not causing any blocks, I don't think. Right, we're going to use the drone disabler on that. And another drone disabler. That thing's very, very handy. Although the drones are very easily to kill, you only need 1 or 2 bullets and they usually die pretty much straight away. But this way, they do drop some additional resources, which is nice. I guess I must have collected the other resources. There's 100 credits over there, but I'm going to go get the comms hub first. Trying to avoid the missile there and ended up crashing into one of the rocks. Okay. Right, we're going to get here and we're going to hack this. And let's see what we can see. So what that should have done, hacking the comms. Do you want the shock rifle? We don't want the shock rifle. So what hacking the comms rifle, the comms hub should have done is revealed everything in this particular zone, everything that we can actually go out and collect. Loads of containers over there. So that makes exploring here a lot easier, and this is actually the way the game used to be in the early days. I don't know when I picked up the beam laser, by the way. Back during early access, in the early days of early access, I thought I was going to say something then. You actually had all the objects, oh, excuse me, you actually had all the objects in the zone revealed to you by default. I'm not that much of a fan of the beam laser. It tends to use up the energy far too fast. Right, so where were those containers? Inside the dilapidated asteroid, which seemed to have a bit of a damaged ice core. Ooh.
Let's hope for something useful.
Yeah, it was useful, but I don't want it. Again, most of the things I tend not to pick up. Personal preference, I guess, but they're just not for me. And there's the other box. Now a little bit of gel. Alright, now we can head on out and see what else is around here. So we do have some hostiles incoming. It's the Weber over there that I'm going to watch. Probably a drone there somewhere. There we go. One drone down, and let's get rid of the other one there. Actually losing health now. Come on. Let's get out of here. We're okay for the minute, I think. Although we have taken a bit of hull damage there. But nothing we shouldn't be able to repair. We've picked up plenty of resources, so hopefully we've got ourselves a few nanobots. Missiles are great when you're in a bit of a hot spot. As you notice there, they will save you very often. And the other things that dropped around here, must have picked them up perhaps. Let's have a look and see if we can actually repair. So yeah, we've got 14 nanobots, we only need 6, so that will leave us still with quite a few. So as you can see, in this particular zone, I'm picking up plenty of items. And I didn't have a look to see whether we can upgrade anything. Unfortunately not. We still need quite a few things before we're able to do that, I guess. Don't see too much else out here though, other than plasma, so let's get those credits anyway. Plasma is always quite handy, but then, as is all the different materials and items you can collect. And we're going to leave here and head on out to the next zone. I haven't got everything yet, but I want to get moving. Bit impatient, but sometimes that's a decision you actually end up regretting. Because when you get further into the game, you haven't been able to make any upgrades. And as you can see, I'm still unable to make any upgrades. And that's partly down to the fact that I really haven't been collecting as much as I should have been. Let's see how much we've actually got missing here. Is it going to tell me? So essentially, well, I've got a load of scrap, but we need power cells and crystals is one thing I haven't been picking up whatsoever. Normally you can find those inside the larger asteroids. Crystals are mineable. Then again, I don't recall any seeing asteroids of that size, only the one just now, which had the frozen core inside of it, but that didn't have any crystals in it, at least not that I noticed. Right, there's another comms hub over there. Very handy things, and we're gonna go and shoot that, I think. You never know, it might point something out here that's not immediately obvious. I do love him flying inside these different structures. I've always felt the ability to fly inside structures like this is one of the things, or one of the elements that really does make a great touch to any space game. Oh, mines. Alright, that one took down my shields but didn't take any hull. So I'm going to have to be a little bit careful here. I thought I saw mines just now, but then second guessed myself and thought they were instead lights. Mines with lights on, always quite handy. Oh, there's some alien creatures down there. These we need to scan as a part of one of our missions. Oh, unless I've already scanned enough of them, in which case I don't need to scan any more. Interesting looking beastie, isn't it? So that kind of proves a point, doesn't it? And I've activated the comms beacon here. And there's not a whole load of stuff in this zone either, or this sector. No, this zone. Been very, very quiet this time out. So occasionally you you can go through an area and you'll have absolutely tons of commodities and tons of credits, and sometimes you'll even pick all of that up within the first sector. On this occasion, doesn't seem to be the case. So I do believe that this is going to be one of those asteroids you can fly inside of. And it's usually these places that have crystals in them. But they would show up, even from this distance. So it looks like I'm just not going to be able to get any crystals, which is going to be make upgrading quite difficult. There we are. Thought I wasn't going to find that for a minute. Right, some shield breaker missiles. And let's see if we can get around the other side and have a look in that other container. Okay, we're out of here. Now you will have noticed that I've been playing pretty much in first person for this entire session. Thought I'd give it a bit of a change. I normally play in third person, but let's shake things up a bit. Connecting to the jump gate, we're out of here and into Sector 3 at last. Let's hope we get some interesting visuals out there. Or is it going to be another black area? Nope, not all just the blackness of space. We've got some nice orange clouds here. Lovely. Okay. Now I could probably take on the drone carrier. They're not usually too difficult, but at the same time I haven't had any upgrades yet. So what do you think? Do we try it? Tell you what, let's give it a go. We've got a few heavy missiles. We can easily outpace this thing, so we can run from it if needs be. So what we've got to do here, actually we can use the drone disassembler on these.
Enemies in range.
So you'll notice that the drones are actually powering the vessel's shields. One more to take down, and its shields have now dropped, meaning that we can deal some damage to it. And in fact, those missiles made it very, very easy. Just look at that, and an absolutely stunning explosion, which I want to freeze frame and get a screenshot of. Right, let's see what items we've actually got now. Nice chunk of credits, so we didn't need to worry about those other GMB vessels after all. Energy injector. Now this would be quite handy if I was going to continuously use the beam laser, but again I'm not too fussed about that. What I'd kind of be happy is if I'd got enough resources from these. See, they're just not giving any crystals or anything like that. They nearly always give you scrap. And these guys haven't given me much time to sort out, have they? Right, we're gonna take down that. Those beam lasers certainly do a lot of damage when they do hit. Something else out here doing quite a bit of damage to me. Very odd sounds going on.
Counted and deposited.
Alright, some sort of lightning weapon almost. Should we use the drone disassembler again? Loving that. It's a shame I can't make that a permanent option. I think I would need to collect one again, unless we get a blueprint from it, I guess. Then I'd be able to manufacture one. Is that all of it? Right, we've got another tech container. Right, Shield Mark III. We definitely do want that, and that's a vast improvement over what we've got. I do believe. Slightly slower recharge rate, but a much increased recharge delay. So we swap that and salvage the original. That's nice, because that's one of the things I always make sure to upgrade first, and we've actually been able to get an improved version without having to directly upgrade it. Reminds me, and we've still not got any options to upgrade, primarily because down here you can see we've got no processors and we've got no crystals. Dark energy generally isn't used for most of the upgrades here. Probably could do with a bit more gas and a bit, well, certainly more power cells. Look at that. We're not doing too well. At any rate, that's it for this rather pretty looking zone. And we're going to head out to the next zone. Although we got 3 pathways this time. Do we want the difficult one or do we want the easy one? Let's go for the slightly harder one. Generally has slightly better rewards. Oh, we got a massive lightning storm here.
Low on fuel.
Look at that.
Take on some more.
Wow. Yeah, that's going to eat away at my shield. And we haven't got much fuel. Well, this is where we're going to leave it. We're going to pick up from here in the next video. And we'll see if I make it out of here, I guess. As always, thanks for watching. And I'll catch you guys and girls next time.